Well, welcome to the Lucas and Taryn podcast. This is episode 3, and we are so excited for you to join with us today. We've got a quick little conversation today, a couple things that have been on our minds, a little update, and yeah, this podcast is brought to you by Onset Creative, a little creative agency that I run, and if you're interested in anything creative, just let me know, and you get 10% off your first creative project if you go to onsetcreative.ca/podcast. How you doing, Tara?
Doing very well, thank you. How are you?
Doing good. It's been a busy week, and I just feel like we have to give an update on your hair.
Oh,
Is that an okay place to start?
Sure.
Because that's been like the running theme for the last few weeks.
It has been, yes. Did you have something in mind that you wanted to say?
Well, we're all smiles.
Yeah.
That's a start.
Yeah. No, I'm very happy with my hair. As I let everyone know last week, I got hair extensions. I went to, what was it called?
Is your confidence back?
Well, it wasn't ever gone.
Oh.
I just...
Back in full swing.
No, the way that my hair was cut was really tragic, and I honestly did not know how to style it. Like, I didn't even know where to start. So now that I have the extensions, I feel like I have more like hair freedom. I'm learning how to style it. It is weird. So I have tape-in extensions. There's all different kinds. There's like the little beads. Those last like a really long time. And then I have tape-in ones, which like usually you go in every 8 weeks or so and have them moved up. And they're pretty well concealed. Like, You can't really tell, and the colors blended super well. But like there are some instances where like if I try and put my hair in like a certain kind of hairstyle, like the tapes will show. So I have to kind of like tweak what I'm doing. But no, I love them.
Just a small learning curve.
Oh, I love them. Yeah.
Worth it.
They're really fun.
You look great.
Thank you.
So I have a question to get this started.
Okay.
When did you become like aware of your personal sense of style with your like clothing and kind of your like look? And then I'll answer the same question.
Wow. Do you want to like start off? I feel like you've like pondered this already.
Well, I haven't pondered it for long.
No.
But I do remember in grade 8, I had just got my new prescription for my glasses, and I really loved Death Cab for Cutie. And he had these like grandpa glasses. And I just remember like thinking I could pull those off. And I really, really wanted these like grandpa glasses, like kind of aviator with like the clear and or like very thick Ray-Bans. Similar kind of, well, not the same style, but like just really like punchy. But we went into the the optician who was like a family friend, and my stepdad picked my glasses, and I was like, or at least he like helped me to like go into another direction. But I do remember, even though I didn't necessarily get the ones I really, really wanted in the moment, I think that's when like my first like it sparked in me like I know what will look good on me and what I like, kind of the look that I want to go for. And yeah, all through like high school, when everyone is super judgy, I was always judged for having like a fairly decent sense of style, because especially like young guys, you know. I was thinking about today, and I'm going to get back to you. I know you're just thinking about that time in your life, one pinnacle moment. I was thinking about today, we took our boys to get new helmets.
Yep.
And Grayson was so confident. He was like, I want that helmet.
Max was too. They both knew exactly what they wanted.
I wonder if they're like coming into themselves.
I don't know. I feel like for me, my answer, like I've always been interested in fashion. I've always like loved like looking at like magazines or like Pinterest, like Pinteresting outfits. I worked at a clothing store all through college. Should I name it? So I feel like as soon as I name it, it loses its like cool factor, because it's like, it's not like a typical like where a college girl would work. Like
you didn't work at American Eagle?
No, I did not. No. I worked at Reitman's. Which honestly I loved so much. Or why are you laughing?
Because the way you say it, you're like, I worked at Reedman's.
I know.
But
And then I feel like I need to give a
why.
disclaimer. Like my boss was super, super cool and like funky. And I feel like she took it as like her mission to like make Reedman's like
But that
cool.
store is surprising because in our probably like shared collective memory, it is like
It's a mom store.
But
Yes.
especially the era that you worked there,
Yeah.
they had pretty cool clothes.
They still do. Like sometimes I still walk by and I'm like, they've still got cool stuff.
Yeah.
Like, and I loved working there so much and like helping people find outfits. I feel like there is where I kind of like had fun with like putting outfits together. And like at Reedman's, they have like not like a rule of thumb, but like they prefer if their staff wear 3 items at all times, so not just like a top and pants, but like a top, pants, and a vest, or like they want you to like accessorize and make your like outfits look elevated, so that when customers come in, they can kind of look at like how you're dressed, and like you can just pile on the add-ons for the client, or not the clients, for the customers. So yeah, like Reedman's, I feel like I like started to kind of like develop my style, maybe because all through college I was kind of just like, comfy is key. Like I cared what I looked like, but it was a lot of like leggings and that kind of thing. And then yeah, when I started working at Reedman's, I would actually wear like jeans and stuff.
It's funny, like
my style also has changed, where like after I had Grayson,
I hope it's changed. You're like, that's a long time ago.
No, yeah, but like it's like evolved as I've like grown up too. And like when I had Grayson, I feel like my style changed again, where like a lot of my clothes actually were too big. Like I lost a lot of weight after I had Grayson. I was just like really active and maybe not eating like as much. I don't really know, but my clothes were like really big after I had Grayson. So I had to kind of like restart again and wear like things that were easy to like feed a baby in and all that kind of thing. But yeah,
I think there's always been, because I do like, I like fashion. There's a huge stigma that I've had to like wrestle with, I guess, around guys who are like interested in style in general. Especially like I grew up in Sarnia, where like the vast majority of men I knew like work in the plants or in construction, and so like they don't care about what they wear. It's usually construction gear or like whatever, but I always cared a little bit, partly because my stepdad, who like was pretty influential in my like, he was my stepdad, but he was pretty into style as well. But the reason I think it would be interesting to like thought it would be interesting to talk about it today is that as the years go on, style changes. And then I came upstairs today and you were like looking through your wardrobe.
Yeah, I did a spring clean today where I like opened up my dresser and I was like, oh my word, all of my clothes are mixed up together. Yeah. And my idea for that dresser is like, I have different cubes of like tops and bottoms and shorts and all these things. So I literally pulled out every single item and went through, and I have a whole bag of things that I want to like donate. Yeah. Just cause they no longer appeal to me. I don't know. It's funny because when like I look at all the things in the bag that I want to donate, and at one time I like loved those things and like spent money on them, and like they were like my go-to things, and now I'm just like, I'll give them away. Like I have things that I like more. And
do you ever look at, sometimes this happens to me, it might happen to you, where you look at like an old picture of you and you kind of wish you never gave it away?
No, I've never had that. Do you have that?
I remember sometimes I can't actually remember the exact thing. I just remember like I had this navy chore coat that had flannel on the inside.
Oh yeah, you've talked about this.
And I don't even know if there's a picture. Maybe it was just a dream.
Oh.
Do you remember this jacket? I used to love it. Maybe it got worn out. I don't know.
I don't know. Where was it from?
Blue Notes?
I don't know. But you got rid of it and you wish you hadn't?
I had a really nice peacoat at some point. I do have, sharing stories about clothing is just a funny thing. I have one of my favorite coats that I have currently is from high school. And
Your green one?
Yeah, it's like missing some buttons and the zipper doesn't work, but I still wear it once in a while.
No, it's cool. Yeah.
And it's like
a bomber style, so it's not like really, it's still in style.
Yeah. But now it's real vintage. Yeah. So my sister got a potential like job happening in her future, and so she like went to buy a new capsule wardrobe. Do you remember when capsule wardrobes were like the big thing?
Oh yeah. For a long time, I really thought I was going to do a capsule wardrobe, but I just like too many trends is the problem. Like I love the trends, and I know some people are like, avoid the trends because they are not timeless. And it is true. The things that
you have a lot of staple pieces though.
I do. And I feel like I've like worked hard the last couple of years to like hone in on like the things that I wear over and over again and just get them in like a few colors.
Yeah.
Like that one shirt that I have from Modern Fable in town, I have it in white, black, and beige.
Yeah.
And I would get another color. Like honestly, I love it. The fit of it, it's like a perfect like crew neck t-shirt, just boxy and super basic. And I love it.
Wouldn't it be cool if we had a discount code for Modern Fable?
That would be so cool. I love that store so much.
I went through a season of minimalism where I was following Matt Diavella on YouTube and the Minimalists on Netflix and just like diving into that world of like the same kind of outfit you wear almost every day. So remember this period in my life, and you told me about the company Built, and I bought 6 black Built shirts because they're so comfy. What's crazy is I still wear them today, the same ones, and they're just really high quality. But I basically wore black pants and a black shirt for like months. And it was a thing. I don't do that anymore. The most recent like upgrade I've done is going to more, like I'm not a very formal guy, pretty casual, but I have started wearing more chinos, which again, like a lot of guys would just be like, yeah, that's normal. But for me, it was kind of a big step to like find a chino that I actually like and that fits me and I feel comfortable in. Cause I'm a pretty active guy, and I love when I can like be active with the kids. And so if my pants or my clothes like somehow restrict me from that, I'm like pretty particular about it. So I found like Doer pants and these pants from RW & Co, which again is like, isn't that like a dad store? But then I'm like, I am a dad.
But they know what they're doing. That's the thing is like I'm not going to name any specific.
Right.
There are certain stores where you can tell they design their pants for like the look only.
Right.
And it's like you put them on and you're like, these are not super comfy and like the rise is like not right, but like they look cool. So whatever. And they usually are like not that cheap either. So going into like RW & Co or Reitman's, like, I don't know. I feel like you just kind of know that the pants are going to fit in like a comfy way.
Like I had never been in there. I put a pair of pants on, wasn't the right size. So then I found the right size. Surprisingly, they had one. And I was like, it was like, in like those makeover shows when the guy comes out just so happy. Cause it's like, I was like, I didn't know that the way you look can affect you so much. It's like the way that they fit. Now it is probably important to emphasize like how much time do I actually in my head give to all of this ever? Not very much. Usually it's like when I go to buy the thing, but it's usually just very functional, like to get on with my day. But it is interesting that like clothes is a very public thing. It's like what people see. So it's I don't know. To me, it's worth a little bit of thought. So you just got back from a girls' weekend.
Yes, I did. I got back from Edmonton on Tuesday. Yep, a few days ago. I flew to Edmonton all by myself, which was an experience I did not enjoy. I enjoyed my girls' weekend with my sisters. I loved it so much. The thing I did not enjoy is flying. Right. I have not been on a plane in so long, like years and years and years. And for some reason in my memory, like I was not a nervous flyer. But I feel like lately with like the plane crashes that have been coming out and stuff, like, and they're not really that many in Canada, even like these crashes, but they still come across my For You page and they made me, I don't know. Anyway, so when I was up in the air, I just was like, ooh, it's just so weird to be like up so high. Yeah. I was texting my friend Tisha while I was in the plane, like up in the air. And I was like, I am not loving flying. Like, this is like, I really don't like this. And she was like reminding me, she's like, what did she say? She said, like God is literally the one like holding the plane in the air. So like you don't need to worry. And I just kept picturing that like the whole time. I was like, literally the only reason that like everything is working right now is because like God is letting it. So like I'm fine. And like I just kept telling myself like if I'm meant to die.
You've never been in a crash, in a plane accident?
No.
You did it. It was fine.
I did it. Yeah.
There was some turbulence.
There was. Yeah. Yep.
Life is full of turbulence.
Sure. Yeah. But no, the plane ride was the least of, that was just like the worst part of the weekend. Everything else was super fun.
Yeah.
I flew to Edmonton and I have 2 sisters that live there and they both were celebrating birthdays. So my one sister was turning 30 and my other sister was turning 28. And we had so much fun. Like we went and walked down White Ave, like this main strip in Edmonton, and we like went to all these vintage markets and went to cafes and we sat on a patio and it was like 18 degrees there. It was so beautiful. So yeah, I was there for 3 days and we just had the best time. We had like sister soup over. We like ordered pizza.
Nice.
It was very wholesome and cute and fun. And I loved it.
And I stayed home with all 3 kids.
Yes, you did.
And had a great time. We did have a really good time. Taking care of 3 kids under 9 is a chore, especially because we normally do everything like together and just doing like.
You guys did something new that we've never done before. You went somewhere.
Yes. Where did we go?
You went to a Senators game?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So I had never been to an NHL game, but it was like super fun and just kind of a blessing that we live in a town that you can even do that. I'm sure lots of people live in like Toronto and wherever else NHL teams are, but like I had never lived in that city before. And so we went to a Senators game there. It's so busy. And there was a few things that stood out to me. One, Max and Grayson are so cute. So they were like cheering and they were like going on and on and on. And they had like Senator's hat and a jersey and they were both like super well behaved and like just loved it. Although it was really loud, like they pump, they're so hype for hours that you're there. It's so fun. At the Canadian Tire Center where the Sens play, it's like a Coliseum shape. So it's like a big circle. And so we walked into the main arena area and we looked way across to the section we needed to get to. And then you like go back to the lobby and just start walking straight. But because it's a huge circle, even though you're walking straight the whole time, you're still making like this turn. It's just really kind of disorienting. You know, when you go into like not that we ever do this, but like a casino where they dim out the lights and you feel like time just passes differently and everything. It's like just very, very fantastic and like entertaining. It's like that. It was really fun. And what else stood out to me? Oh yeah, when the kiss cam came on, my boy Max thought that it meant everyone in this whole place has to kiss for the duration of
goodness.
So he was just grabbing my face so much and just like kissing me because it was just the cutest thing. And I was like, dude, this is really, really funny. And they did like that classic where like they held the shot on this couple who were like, did a little peck and then they like wanted more. And it was just really, really funny. And then the actual game was really good too. We won, of course, which was really cool. I think the Sens like don't have a great track record. I don't really know sports very well.
I don't know at all.
But my buddy Colin knows all about that stuff. So he said there was a solid game and something about a rookie. I don't know. Will I ever do it again? I mean, maybe. It was pretty fun.
Nice.
We had some popcorn. Good times. Okay, well, thanks for joining us today as we just chit-chat about normal things of life. Hopefully it's entertaining. Hopefully you're having a great day doing whatever you're doing. Maybe you're going for a walk or in the car or hanging out with your kids. Cheering for you, rooting for you. And again, if you have any creative projects that you're working on, you can always go to onsitecreative.ca/podcast and get in touch with me and we will work on launching this thing together. It's going to be a great time. And yeah, thanks for hanging out, Taryn.
Thank you.